Hello and welcome back to our 2-point museum. In this video, I think we're going to focus on filling out this building and making it look as good and detailed as possible. And so first we focused on filling out this wing of our museum, and then we focused on sort of this center portion as well as the gift shop. And I think now it's time that we focus on finishing off this building and filling out this area. And so let's just get right into it and let's take a look at our expeditions. Let's see where we can go. It looks like we unlocked this pretty recently, but we do need a prehistory expert with survival skills. So I don't think that's going to be something we do just yet. And it does look like there's a few interesting things here we could do. We still have one undiscovered preserved history exhibit here, so let's set up an expedition. We'll see if we can get that. We'll give it one go. If we don't find it, we'll just leave it and we'll focus on some other areas until we can come back and focus on that more. Alright, so it looks like we're having a health inspection starting now. I'm not too sure what they focus on. I assume it's just probably litter on the floor, which doesn't look bad, so hopefully we just pass this. I don't really know what the rewards or the consequences are of this, but I think we're in a pretty good position for it. But while that's going on, let's get started on something that we wanted to try to fit in the last video but forgot, and that's using our workstation to build some of these interactive exhibits. And so we do have a prehistory playground that we built in the last video. We just never got to placing it down. But I think we can build something else in the meantime. And I think we'll build this realization station. It doesn't provide much in terms of buzz, but it's small and I think we can work it in pretty easily. And we might have our... Oh, we do have a janitor coming for this. So we'll just have to wait for that, and while we do that, we can figure out what we want to do with this prehistory playground. Now this prehistory playground is huge, so I'm not really sure where we could put this. It could fit here if this is where we wanted. I guess we can put it here, and this will be almost like a kids area. I was thinking maybe this corner, but I'm worried it might interfere with the larger display that we wanted to put in this area. So it'll just go over here for now. We'll try to figure out some more stuff we can put in this area, but we'll detail that later once we have a bit more context for it. Alright, and it looks like we now have our workshop project and a crate to open. I think let's open the crate first. We'll see what we got there. So let's open this. Hopefully it's the thing we don't have yet. And I believe that is. But I think... Is this one we already have placed? It is. So unfortunately this won't be going here. But we will put this one down, and since it's better quality, this will take that spot. And then let's analyze this one so we get some extra knowledge from it. And so then next we have this realization station. I think this might be a good segue into the kids area. So let's have that right about here. So that'll be right down the middle of this. So that leaves space for maybe one or two things along this wall, one thing along this wall. And if we really need to, we can take away these windows and put something along here, but I'm not too sure if that'll be necessary. And so it's looking more and more likely in our expedition map that we need a prehistory expert with survival skills. So I think before we send anyone out again, let's try to get someone with survival skills, and we'll go for one of our higher level people. So we'll give you survival skills, and then we'll go out on another expedition to hunt for hopefully more of this flapodactyl skeleton. Alright, now we have our health inspection report back. It looks like all good things, all toilets were well maintained, and there's enough bins, no cons. So it looks like we got plus 25% on our rating, $5,000, and 200 kudosh. And it also looks like we have another request for an exhibit showcase. It's for a penny pincher, and the reward, if we display it and reach all the targets, we get 20,000 cash. So I think that's a pretty easy ask. We'll place that down. Right away it gets max decoration, and so now we just have to have 30 people view it. Alright, we just got done analyzing that ambered giga gecko, and we unlocked another thing. So let's see what we unlocked with that. Looks like it's a prehistory dragonfly, so that might actually be a really good decoration for this area. And while we're waiting, which we're almost done with that first expedition, let's slowly start laying the groundwork for what this area is going to look like. So we'll just get a basic dirt patch. We can find where the dirt is. Alright, here's dirt. I think this is a pretty safe area to paint as dirt. I'm not going to go out any farther than that until we have the actual exhibits. But let's see what we got. Unfortunately, not what we were looking for, but still good either way, as we do want to get rid of this negative trait on this one. So if we get a different one to replace it with, we can get rid of this boring trait that is currently on that one. But let's go back out on another expedition now that we have some people with survival skills. It looks like Spoony Dunes needs or can be unlocked. Let's unlock it. We're not going to do it just yet. I think the one we want to do is, well, we're going to get rid of this obstruction so we can autofill. It looks like if we bring along the journal, we get even more experience. So that should be a quick one. We're not going to get anything from it, but we will unlock new expeditions. Oh no, it looks like we got another dilemma. So the one here is head smart. As the explorer makes their way over Cranial Crossing, they spot a flask on a ledge below. We can either stay focused or fetch the flask. It doesn't mention anything about us needing anything, so I think let's just stay focused. And it looks like that was a correct answer. I'm not sure if the other one was a consequence or if it was also a reward, but we save ourselves 4 days and get 10% more experience from this. Alright, and so coming back from that expedition, it looks like we've unlocked a new area. This is just going to be XP, as we weren't hunting for anything. And I think with that obstruction cleared, we've started unlocking some of the cold areas. So yeah, now we're starting to unlock some frozen stuff, and I think we're going to stray away from that for now because our current building is mainly focused on fossils. I think once we get a new building, we will begin to worry about the frozen stuff for that building. So I think we're going to start exploring Spoony Dunes. It has a few prehistory mysteries that we can discover, as well as a fossil. So I think those sound about right for what we're going to be looking for. We'll just make sure we're bringing the right stuff. I think we'll just bring a journal for extra XP. We'll do a detailed survey to get better quality exhibits, and we will continue waiting. I suppose while we're waiting, we can be a little bit more productive. So let's come to our training room. Let's see if any of our staff can be improved. And so I think we're going to focus on our security guards, making sure they all have this strolling surveillance, as having that plus 300% detection skill is a pretty decent skill to have on a lot of these guys. And then on our assistants, I think we want another... Well, let's go with customer service. I think it's good to have happy guests, so having more people with customer service would be pretty good. And we also just got a bunch of messages. Let's make sure there's nothing important that we're missing. So it just looks like crime stuff, our monthly finances. A school trip is coming. We now have interactive exhibits, so hopefully that will help out with them leaving satisfied. And we just got a resignation warning. I'm not sure why this person's unhappy. Wants to resign. Is it pay? It looks like it is the pay. Let's see. We'll have to go into our staff, pay review. We'll sort by pay satisfaction, and yeah, a lot of these guys definitely need a bump in their pay. So let's come through. We'll make sure they're all at least medium. Well, we can check this down here to satisfy all requests. We'll just do that. We will focus a little later on maybe getting everyone up to at least being happy about their pay, but that's for when we have a lot more money we can burn. However, that does look like it got rid of that wants to resign notification, so pretty good to keep that person on. But let's see what we got from Spoony Dunes. And this is interesting. We got a lone henge. This mysterious tablet was found on its own. We know almost nothing about it, but we are hooked. This is a pretty interesting item to have. Now, where to put it is a whole nother question. Doesn't really seem to fit the childish interactive vibe here, unless we just wanted all the kids to just stare at this monolith. But I think maybe along this wall here could be interesting. We currently don't have anything here, so yeah, I think we'll put this right in the corner. We'll send out another expedition momentarily once our helicopter gets fixed. And now that our helicopter's fixed, let's head right back here. So this was one of the prehistory mysteries. We will head right back into this area, see what else we can get. And it looks like we've completed our showcase. So we got the rewards for the exhibit showcase, and we are currently under a heist from the Golden Molars. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out, especially with this new stuff over here. We haven't had the chance to really bump up our security in these areas. So maybe a few cameras will really help out here. One along this wall. I suppose we can get one here. And then I guess one more all the way over here, and that should be good. Yeah, we don't really need too much more over in this area because we just don't have anything there. But I think between this security seat and these few cameras, we'll be pretty alright. Anyway, I want to continue on over here. I think we're going to partition this off and create more of an actual exit from the museum. So this isn't necessarily going to be a one-way exit, although we'll want to pause because this might cause issues. And then we'll just grab an archway for the exit. I think just the simple archway will be fine leaving here. Let's maybe make it a bit nicer. Get this carpet here. and then we'll throw in some trash cans and such right here at the exit. And I think right here is also a pretty decent spot to put some more vending machines in. Since this technically isn't an exit, we can put one there, and maybe we can get this one right here without interfering with either archway. So unfortunately we can't center it because of our exit here taking up so much space, but I think that's fine the way it is. And so what's nice about having this area here and then this area sort of partitioned off into a little cove area, we can put more of these mysteries into this corner. So this can be like our prehistory mysteries corner, and I think that might be a good theme to have here. It'd also be pretty good for setting up tours as well with all the similar stuff in the same area. I think we'll also want some donation bins around here. Now this is tough, trying to figure out how exactly to put this in here. I suppose just right in the middle will be fine. And then we'll just place one there for now for this interactive area. And so we've had a few things happen here. We had a health inspection. Looks like this is just a notification that it's coming. Crime was good. School trip. This time they're actually pretty impressed, so we got a plus 20% to our museum rating. And the health inspection will be happening in about 26 days. Alright, and this is a interesting exhibit. It's in pristine condition, so that's great. We got a time portal, a gateway to other more serious science fiction activities. This will go in our mysteries corner. Now, where to put it is probably the more reasonable question, because this is much larger than I expected it to be. So this is the best I could think of for a layout. I'm really not a big fan of really any option we had here with this corner. I just didn't expect this time portal to be so huge and also kind of awkward to place. It seems like it's definitely more oriented to face this corner than it is the side that this plaque is on, so getting it to face the right direction is a bit odd. However, I think now's just the time to start digging into our expeditions. So we're going to come through here. I'm going to try to get the rest of this Flapodactyl skeleton. We'll run this a few times to maybe get a better version of the lone henge and discover this fossil. And I think that's pretty much going to be the goal for now. So we should come back with a handful of new exhibits, completed exhibits, once we're done with all of these ones. Alright, so we ended up with a pristine lone henge exhibit. So let's replace this quick. Some other things that we got while we were going on more expeditions. We finished out this Flapodactyl skeleton. So that is exciting to have finished. We can have our other lone henge go into the deconstructor here. So that'll work out. And then also while we were away, we detailed up this area pretty well. So everything has max decoration rating and everything else. So I think our prehistory mystery corner is pretty well fitted out. And so let's go back to our workbook or our workstation, and I think we will build the troll grab game. And then I think that might be good enough for this area. We can really detail this up and make this like a fun kids area. So we'll have some space for that. And then I think that'll be this corner filled out. I mean, the space really isn't that great for much. And it looks like we've unlocked a vine wall for analyzing that one exhibit. And so let's just keep going on expeditions. Let's try to see if we can start unlocking some stuff that can get us more fossils. Unfortunately, we never got the fossil that was here. Now we could do this. So there's ancient inventions. I'm not sure what that entails, but maybe it's not that bad. I guess let's just go for it. We'll see what it is. We might not have the space for them since we sort of have a whole bunch of themed stuff, but it looks like this will be a pretty safe expedition here. And so I think once this game is done being built at our workshop, we'll start to use that for some items to use on our expeditions. We saw one of them we need a drill for eventually, so I think that'll be the next item we build. Unfortunately, we're not getting many signs of more dinosaur bones that we can use to fill out this section, but we can still continue prepping it, and since our Flapidactyl skeleton is finished now, we can focus on detailing this and making it look nice. So let's come in here with our dirt. I'm not sure why. I guess now it lets us put it in. I'm not sure why the triangle placement wasn't working. We can get that in. Alright, now we have this detailed up. This corner's looking nice, and we have space for, I'd say, probably 2 more dinosaur bone exhibits when we do get them. Now, while we were building that, we did finish our troll grab game, and it looks like our exhibit just came back. So we can come back, open this up, see what we got. And it looks like we got Ol Smackavole. There's more than one way to win and splat. So this is one of those ancient inventions. And you know what? I think this could go here. I think we'll get one here, and this will sort of be like the opposite side to this boa conductor exhibit. I think we'll send an expedition right out in that same place, hoping to get the other one. It looks like we actually got the rare one on the first time around, so we should get this other undiscovered one, assuming we do this straight away. And then we can focus on this area, our interactive zone. So we have this troll grab game, and that can go right here. And now I think this is, I guess there is space for another something, but I do like the location of these two things. We will keep this how it is. So let's detail these 2 corners and see what we can come up with. So because this is more of a kids and interactive area, I'm going to look to make this area a bit more fun focused. So obviously there will be this dirt pretty much all over here. And then a lot of these general decorations here would actually fit in pretty well with the troll grab game. So I think this is cool if we get one of these on each side. Let's see if we can get this any closer. Maybe we'll just move this one out one. I think that's even on both sides. And then we can get some of these overgrown plants in here. Really help spice it up. Alright, and I think for plants and theming, this is a pretty good stopping point. We will just get some partitions in here. So some right there. And I'm not sure how we could do this side. Or I guess we can actually follow this around, although I think any more than that and it'll block this area. I think we could get some flowers in. It won't be too disruptive, but it'll still add to that theming of this area. Maybe we can also get a wooden torch right along the wall here. I don't think we need any more stuff around the troll game, but I think I'm pretty happy with this area now. And so let's take a look at what's in our crate. Hopefully it's the other ancient invention, and it looks like it is the shell phone, one of the first things you could pick up and talk at. So that's good. It's a epic quality. This will get placed right across the way from this exhibit, and then I think we'll do a similar thing. We'll fence this area off, we'll add some details, and then I think that'll be largely this building almost filled out, minus a few exhibits that we're still looking for. And so let's get our workstation started on some of that stuff that we need for expedition. So we have the drill here. It looks like we haven't met the requirements. We need 25 metal. So I guess we're not doing the drill just yet. Let's see if there's anything else in the expeditions that we could possibly use. So it looks like there's not really anything else, and the only thing we have yet to discover is this fossil from Spoony Dunes. So I think we're just going to continue to search this area and pretty much until we find it, because that's the only thing left until we move into some slightly different themes. But while we wait for that expedition to wrap up, let's focus on this area. So we'll find our partitions again. Looks like we might have to move these momentarily so we can get the partitions in. So we can drag this over. And these only came over one, but I think we're going to bring them over 2 tiles. So I think that works out just fine. I think if we can get these on some carpets, help spice it up. And then we can get some interesting stuff here. So we have this explorer statue. I think that can go here. This snake fountain can go right in this corner. I think maybe we could get this guy a little bit tighter in there. Alright, and so I think this is a nice detailed area for these exhibits. It's nothing too crazy, but we do have the rugs under there, and then some general, some light theming going on around it. Just enough to bring up the decoration rating high enough. And it looks like this one needs a buzz bonus of hanging amber, so maybe we can just really easily plop one right in the middle here, and that will satisfy that quite easily. And then we just had this crate come back, so hopefully no duplicates. Hopefully it's that last exhibit we're looking for. And it's not. It's another time portal, so another one, another pristine one at that as well. So unfortunately that's just going straight to the deconstructor, and then we'll be sending out another expedition promptly. Alright, and finally we got that last fossil that we've been waiting for. It's this alternate yesterday fossil. Our own dimension's Captain Yesterday was one of only a handful to successfully develop time travel, unlike this chump. So this is a pretty cool exhibit. I'm not sure. Okay, all this is a dry climate. We don't really have a spot for it. Now, I think we could just place them right here. I don't think we get enough special exhibits in to use all 3 of these spaces, and if we do, this is big enough to fit 2 of them. So I think we'll just put that there. If we get another exhibit we don't really know where to put, we can fill in this square here with one. But I think that's this area being rounded out pretty nicely. Now we did build a photosynthesizer, so it's a bit bigger than I thought it was. So maybe we don't put this in here just yet. But I think we might be done with this building for a little bit. Now again, there's some obvious loose ends that we still need to tie up, such as finishing this wall and maybe a few small exhibits to place along this wall here, and then filling in this spot and this spot. But for the most part, this area, this building has come along pretty nicely, and I think we're almost ready to put a wrap on it. However, there are a few things I want to do quick before we sort of be done with this building, and that is, first of all, I want to get more bathrooms. So I think we're going to get a bathroom space here, and then this corner will become another staff room, sort of for staff on this side of the building. So let's get the bathroom in. I think first of all, this door is going to have to move. Unfortunately, it looks like it takes up a lot more space than we really want it to. Actually, it looks like it can only go along this wall. So hopefully there is fine. And then we can come to our bathrooms and see, it looks like we could fit this here. That doesn't, I assume we'd get an error if that blocks that door, but I think we can get a door for the bathroom here. And then this will pretty much just be a few stalls along this way. And then one sink I think should be fine. And then we'll get a trash can right outside the door here. And let's build this and see what happens. I'm pretty sure staff can walk by this door. We might have to watch for a little bit and see if that happens, but I'm pretty sure we'd get a warning or an error if this door wasn't accessible. Yeah, we just saw that security guard walk by, so this toilet room is fine. So now we have one over here and one over here, and then this is going to be a staff room. So we can just do that. Fill in there. And then we need a door. And then whatever else is needed. So we'll get that there. We'll get a couch right in that crevice. Some food along that wall. Drink stand. And then maybe a chair here. And that'll be good enough for a staff room for now. Alright, so now I think this is a good spot to leave this building off. We have everything that I want in this building. If you guys think there's more that we could fit in here that's sort of a glaring mistake that we have, let me know, but I think we're good. And if we double check all of our current available expeditions, first of all, we've already unlocked everything that we can at the ones we have discovered. And then all the ones that we haven't yet, those are the ones that have exhibits that I think would be better off in a different area, such as these frozen exhibits and some of the other stuff that we'll unlock once we get into this area of our expedition map. And so let's take a look at some of the surrounding plots. It looks like we're pretty close to being able to purchase a couple of these. This one we're not ready yet. This one we're not quite there. But this one we're not quite done yet. So it looks like this one's probably our most achievable one. Run a tour containing 3 dinosaur bones with a rating over 3.0. So that's pretty easy. We just need to adjust one of our tours. But since these 2 are dinosaur bones and then these 2 are dinosaur bones, I think we might just quickly sort of cheat this if possible. Well, I guess this isn't pristine quality, so that'll really bring down our rating on that. So maybe we don't. Or actually, let's just see what we would get if we just sort of squeeze that in there. And then which one of these tours? I think it's this one. Let's see if we can just toss that on. We'll confirm that quick. That should allow us to purchase this plot, which we will do. Now we can just simply put this back in our inventory. And then just double check that this tour didn't completely break when we did that. So that looks like it's okay. And then we should have this plot of land to build on within 2 days' time. Alright, and so now we have this plot of land. However, I don't think this is where we're going to go next. I think next we are going to go into one of the other maps. So I'm mostly leaning towards Passwater Cove next, because I do want to get into aquarium stuff. So that's probably my favorite or second most favorite sort of theme in this game. So we'll do Passwater Cove next. We'll get that started. But I think other than that, I think this is a good place to stop. And so with that, I think we're going to leave this video off here. So if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.